In the calm of the morning, that Colorado sun comes up over the Pepsi Center arena in Denver. But it ain't about basketball or hockey today, and no one's looking for the Broncos. Today, there's a whole different kind of energy out here.
Car 1 ready. Car 1's ready. Car 2 ready. Car 2 check. All drivers ready? Ready.
This Sunday, it's the smell of high-octane fuel filling the air with some
great racing here at Racing the Rockies Pepsi Center. Pro-level driving presented by Performance One through the Red Bull right-hander down the main straight onto the checkered, and he's got it.
Hi folks, Wally Cahill, downtown Denver, Colorado at the Pepsi Center. The Race for the Rockies is going on. Go-kart racing in the parking lot like we've never seen before. You're going to be seeing all kinds of racing. Sit down, strap in, and hold on. Here it comes.
As the light goes from red to green, we come off the grid and onto the track. Today launches Race 3 of a 4-race series, and these drivers have to battle to find their place in tomorrow's main event. We're talking about 7 grueling rounds of practice, 10 laps of qualifying, and 20 laps of pre-finals. That's just to set the order in the starting grid. And getting yourself used to this open circuit track is going to be key for these drivers if they want to be competitive in tomorrow's race.
Ready, one, take one.
Racing, if you have a little bit of a competitive nature, it's top notch.
It's all about survival.
That's always part of the strategy.
It's just about the driver. It's just the drivers that are going to talk. You just play the right cards.
We're going to put a harder axle in.
They're a softer compound tire.
We're constantly tuning for the track to be changing all the time. There's always an improvement in the car, to make it better.
Nobody has an advantage and everybody's equal out there.
I'm talking about guys throwing it in the inside, slide job sideways, and see who gets bumped off on the outside. There'll be a zero tolerance policy on that. It'll just be, thanks for coming, we'll see you at the next round. If somebody happens to cut the racetrack, you will be penalized appropriately. Different scenarios are going to constitute different penalties. When you make stupid decisions, bad things happen. Don't take unreasonable risks.
What do you think so far of this kart racing?
This kart racing is absolutely amazing.
Some of the kids out here start at 3 and 4 years old in their little kid karts and they grow up in the sport. It's actually like a huge family here in Colorado.
It's something that you see a lot of people build their families around.
Everybody pretty much knows each other. We all get along. We help each other.
Now, is this something you think you could actually do as a family and come out on weekends?
I think that this is something that if you watch, you got mom helping out, cooking lunch, making sure everybody's taken care of. You got sister helping out with the car, making sure tires are done. It's something that, we're looking forward to trying to do as a family.
The first race of the day here at Racing the Rockies is kid karts. These young drivers are between 5 and 8 years old. And this kid kart class is really where it all starts in the world of kart racing. These kids are all winners, but like any competitive sport, there can only be one true winner. And these young drivers are about to shake out who that's going to be today.
On the Red Bull right-hander, it's the Hollows side by side. Justin Shockby still doing a great job holding off Todd. Todd Pease, your second place driver there in the yellow car. Karts usually the crowd favorite. Again, this is a 10-lap main event for the kid karts, 10 laps. Hannah Greenemeyer in third and Antonio Dawson in fourth. Looking good coming through the infield here. Here comes the yellow car of Todd Pease. There we go, Todd Pease, checkered flag, kid kart main. Again, exhibition racing. All right, Wally, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, we have our first winner right here of the day. Carmichael Pease out there went and ran down all the other kids, ran away from them. Carmichael, what's the name of the class you just won?
Kid karts.
Who sponsors you, Mom and Dad?
My dad.
Yep, that's good. Mom and Dad always support the kids. Support your kids in racing because motorsports is our anti-drug.
Todd Pease, preliminary race winner there, exhibition style kid karts.
So I passed you in the same corner I passed him for the lead. And when I passed him for the lead, we're coming down that little short straight. Right. And I went to turn in, and he was right here, and I didn't want him to clip me from behind, so I kind of cut that off, smacked the barrier. I just got too close. My fault. Racing.
Racing it is. And racing in Tag Senior is one of the most competitive classes. Anything can happen at this level, and it usually does. making it hard to recover when things go wrong. These drivers must be prepped to fix and maintain their karts from qualifying straight through to the main race. This tag senior class is one of the most exciting races of the weekend. It's where driver control and efficiency really make the difference.
Track's hot, warm-up lap coming around tag senior. They're getting their warm-up lap done. That's the acceleration line. We'll see when Matt goes green. They're almost to the cone. Here they are. The acceleration green is waving. We're off. Zippy through the first turn. Tim Otto a little wide coming in. And through the first turn, one hairpin. Single file, great racing. Tag senior underway here at Racing the Rockies Pepsi Center, presented by Performance One. Coming through the cutoff between A to B parking lots. Zippy still in the lead, going through the S's. Not ready to set up onto the back straight. Zippy getting the inside, throws it in, makes the pass clean, back to first place. Here he comes by side. No, backs off. We've had 3 or 4 lead changes in the first 6 laps. Zippy closing the door again on Tim Otto. Here they come, high speed. Zippy gets the inside of Otto, makes the pass. Down that back straight, Adcock gets the pass. Zippy now in second. Now we're Zippy, Otto, Adcock. Coming into the back street's got a little speed on him, makes it. Zippy coming down the Pepsi Center straightaway. Red Bull right turn onto the checker, and he's got it!
Okay, tag senior class right here. Man, Mr. Zippy, the man. Third time we've seen him today. Tell me about this race, man. You were great.
Oh, it was such a hard race. I started off in the front, which I was excited about. I got through the 2 heat races, and I knew Tim and Cody were going to be fast behind me, and I knew I had to hold them off, and they made some great passes, and I was able to pass them back, and I knew, when Cody was ahead of me for a while at the end there, I just had to make my move quick or the race would be over, and I was able to get close enough and make my move, and went to the checkered flag, and it was amazing.
That's right. That's what it's all about. 2 heat races, main event win, the man.
She races in Micromax. This is basically the first step of the Rotax engines. And from here, they actually add onto them as they go up through the classes. So this is the very first stage of the Rotax engine.
Natalia, you just came back in from a practice. How was your car running? Were you fast?
Yeah, I was really fast.
That last race, I didn't do too great because my jet fell out and my water hoses were all loose. But next race, I'm hoping that I will take back my spot in first place.
How old was your daughter?
She's 12.
12-year-old daughter. When did she start racing?
She, believe it or not, just started in October. Was the first time she ever was in a go-kart.
This season's been pretty good. I've been getting a lot of first place trophies. The only race that was really bad was Grand Junction. I spun out. It's terrible.
Waiting in the wings is our third race of the day, a combined class of Micromax and Minimax race karts. These guys are part of a worldwide challenge series called the RMAX Challenge. These young drivers are using their experience from kid karts to push some real competitive racing. And it's on today.
They're in parade formation, coming to the cones, getting ready. It's green. Lindsay out. Lindsay Brewer, Brian Sedlak, Grant Koppel down the back straight. Looks like Grant's got a little bit of speed maybe on Brian. 1, 2, 3, Lindsay, Brian, Grant. Grant and Brian definitely playing cat and mouse. So Parker Sig and Natty Rodriguez having a great race. So we got Lindsay Brewer, Brian Sedlak, and Grant Koppel. Natty and Parker coming out of the corners almost side by side in Micromax. So Lindsay about 6 car lengths ahead, doing a great job. Ooh, side by side, Grant Koppel, Brian Sedlak. Grant drops back into formation. Giovanni not giving up. He wants to chase them back down and give a fight for third. Fatigue's got to be starting to play a role at some point in time with the young drivers. Here we go into the hairpin. They're getting pretty bunched up. Lindsay, Brian, Grant, still your top 3. We got turning in. Oh, Lindsay spins. Oh, Brian catches a wheel. Lindsay Brewer back in first. 2 to go for Lindsay. Back in the lead. Checker flies out Lindsay Brewer. Bringing home Minimax. Grant Koppel should be your third place finisher, and Natalia Rodriguez and Parker Sig in that order. Take it away, Wally.
That was a heck of a race, man. You were in the front, in the back, in the front again, huh?
Yeah, I just spun out trying to pass a Micromax. It's just terrible.
Well, 10 years from now, this girl will be running the Indy 500. James, you're racing the tag junior class. Tell us about your class.
Yeah, it's a restricted class.
He started out when he was 6 years old in quarter midget.
These cars have about 14,000 RPM.
Can't get this done at this level without significant support.
They do probably about 80 or 90 miles per hour down the straightaway.
He's been racing on the national level. He also races locally here.
We're using MG yellows.
Win on Sunday, you got to start about 2 weeks early.
The crews come in real quick every session.
It's been a phenomenal thing for us as a family.
In the grid is the tag junior class. These drivers are between 12 and 15.
Ready one and take one. That was nice.
And are full of competition. This class has it all. Speed, action, and just plain skill. It's been dominated all weekend by James Michael Sullivan, who's been giving us nothing but
Great racing here, downtown Denver. Tag junior coming in, get to the acceleration cone, green flag going. It's multiple side-by-sides. The Red Bull right-hander onto the main straight. Still coming in, not single file. Connor New getting by. James Michael Sullivan second. Third place is Connor Thomas. James Michael Sullivan been showing a little bit faster than the crowd. We'll see how long it's going to take him to get by Connor. Here it goes side by side, halfway through, holding it in to make it stick, and makes it. James Michael Sullivan back to his normal view, front row. James Michael Sullivan, Connor New, Connor Thomas, Tyler Edwards, Mitch Carey, Eli Ziegler, then Brady Balderston, Kristen Sherman. Looks like we might get a little run here. Coming to the inside, he's got it, makes the pass. He's through. Tyler Edwards up to third. Connor Thomas in fourth now. Locking it up inside, gets the pass. And here he goes side by side, makes it. Connor does the double repass. We'll see coming out from the backside. Yes, Tyler Edwards, Connor New coming. I'm not had enough of you. Scrubbing a little bit of speed. The inside makes the pass. Coming through. Inside, swinging. Oh! Hit the wall, spun around. Set of Connors and a Tyler duking it out. Second, third, fourth. Here he comes down. A little inside overlap again. This is where Connor New's got a little bit of speed. Makes a pass, and then is it a double pass? Oh no, they both go by Connor Thomas. Tyler Edwards goes in, spins it. The double pass, and Eli gets by. Here we go to the inside. Got the inside, makes it stick. Is Connor New gonna get it back? Don't think so. Oh! A little contact into the bales for Tyler. Back on track and running though. Hopefully doesn't have a bad axle. There it is. Checkers for James Michael. Checked out and ran away. Put that in the record books.
Okay, hey, James Sullivan in the tag junior class, officially in the next zip code out there with all the competition. James, how'd you do that?
Just drove smooth like all day, consistent laps, key, and have a strong motor.
Now, I saw you talking to Alan Rudolph after the race. What did he say to you?
He said that was easy.
Hey, it's never easy. Stiff competition up here for sure. Making his mama and daddy proud. Right here. Good job, James.
The particular class here this weekend that I'm racing is called DD2. It's a 125cc water-cooled 2-speed road tax engine.
This class, actually, it has about 12 carts now. I am the only girl in it right now.
I'm used to driving shifter carts with 6 speeds. This one only has 2, and it's kind of a paddle shift on the steering wheel.
I've actually been racing for 11 years.
And in a real shifter car, you can downshift and be in a lower gear to have the power to get you off the corner. Here, even though you go down to low gear, it still doesn't have the same power to get you off the corner. So
it's fun racing with boys. It's harder, but it's fun.
In the DD2 class, it don't matter if you're a he or a she, you're going to have to bring it. You have to be able to handle these 125cc, 2-speed, 32-horsepower motor carts and do it for 20 high-speed laps. From going 120 down that straightaway, gearing down to make it round those hairpin turns. It's about staying smooth and consistent to be competitive in this class. Known as the king of the streets, Alan Rudolph gives his pole position in the final so he can start in back and show us how it's done.
And Matty Witten on the second row, Brian Wilzock and Roger Bonham row 3. David Zarlingo and Sebastian Helbelink in row 4, and they're green. Off we go, coming down. Alan Rudolph, we'll see where he ends up here. Around the first corner, it's Andy Seisman, Mitch Carey, JP Alonso. Alan Rudolph already up to the 9th spot out of 11. Down the back straight, coming by JP and Andy. JP doesn't get it. Oh, outside little touch. Everybody gets going. Coming down the start-finish line into the first hairpin. Alan Rudolph all the way to 5th in 2 laps from 11. Roger goes, dives in, gets ahead of JP. Now you've got Andy Seisman, Roger Bottom, JP Alonso, Alan Rudolph down the back straight. He's going in for the jump. There he goes. He's got it. Andy going for the double pass back in second. Alan Rudolph makes the pass on JP Alonso. Already up to 4th. Mitch Carey, Roger Bottom, Alan Rudolph. All right, Alan's now on Roger's tail. Here he comes side by side to Roger to get him on turn. The Red Bull turn, got it. Alan gets Roger coming onto the main straightaway. Last to second, 7 laps. Great racing here downtown. Pepsi Center street race. Alan Rudolph definitely closing the gap on Mitch Carey. Alan Rudolph trying to get to Mitch Carey to take over the lead, to be from last to first. Doing it in the first 10 laps. Down the back straight. Alan just carefully watching, a little tap. I'm right here. Don't make a mistake. Right on his door. Coming down. We'll see where they come out behind the bins. Right on his tail. Red Bull right-hander coming down the start-finish line. Into the hairpin. All right, Rudolph getting to the inside of Mitch Carey. Makes it look so easy. Lap 12. Last to first. Rudolph's got it. Here it is. Last to first. 12 laps. Checkered down. 20 later. Alan Rudolph.
Okay, the DD2 class champion, Alan Rudolph, the main boy with the joy toy, the boss with the hot sauce. This guy is the king of the streets. Now he's the king of the parking lot. Alan, you were supposed to start on the pole. You started in the back, and I noticed you made like $100, man. What was the deal?
We'll race for money is about all I can say to that. I love this street racing stuff. You know, I used to do it a lot back in the day, and they always paid good money. I've made a ton of money doing street racing stuff. You know, Barry Lewis threw down $100 if I could come from the back, so I thought, what the hell, I'll do it.
That's right. First time he's ever drove it, brought home the victory.
Here at the Pepsi Center, they came out and set up a temporary track for us to race on today.
Well, right now we have not enough grip for our car right now, so exit grip is not enough.
It's a little bit bumpy, but it's a good time, a lot of good competition.
Put a harder axle in, hopefully we'll get some more rear grip out of the corners.
Shifter cut racing, for me, is the best type of racing that I've found.
We're kicking it up a notch with the 125 shifter class. This is the first round of shifter races today, and it's pro-level driving, to say the least. These shifter pilots are the fastest on the track. They'll go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and pull 3 Gs through the corners. Put your gear on, buckle up, and get ready for a race of expertise and precision. This is racing.
125 Masters and 125 on track. For those of you that are new here watching, all the shifter cars are a standing start, Formula One style. You can see Chris Hager, race director, getting in their pit boxes. Get up to the front, give them the call for visors down, hand goes in the air, and when it reaches the top, it's 0 to 5 seconds. It's going up, and we are green. Great start, jump, coming out into turn 1. 125 Master Shifter Kart. This thing's capable of 120 miles an hour. They'll do 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Down the back stretch, through the Red Bull right-hander, across the start-finish line. And we got a pass going onto the start-finish. Ben Shimmerhorn, Tim Otto, Mike Petrie. So Ben Shimmerhorn doing a great job in 125. All right, down the back stretch. Coming around the Red Bull right-hander, Ben Shimmerhorn again, Racing the Rockies by Performance One. Ben Shimmerhorn still doing a great job. There goes Ben in that ICC, flying by Charles. Now he's got to go and catch Justin Mueller. Will he do it by the end of the Pepsi Center straight? No. Onto the straight, after the Red Bull right-hander coming in side by side down to the hairpin. Made it. Ben Schimmerhorn lapping the back two, your leader in 125 and 125 Masters here at Racing the Rockies, Race 3 Pepsi Center, Performance 1. And there it is, checkered flag, Ben Schimmerhorn. Here we go, Ben doing the donuts, hands free.
Okay, our winner of the Shifter Clark 1 class, Ben here, you've basically cleaned up today, all 3 races. How'd you do it, and how did you keep up with the track?
Well, parking lot tracks are my favorite kind of track. Try to learn as fast as you can. After the second heat race, we made some changes to the kart. Track was way too loose, so we stiffened the kart up and then just got in front and stayed out of trouble. So.
Well, it definitely did. Hard axles are always coming in number 1 right up here in Colorado.
The incredible thing about kart racing, it really is for everyone. And you see the young, the old.
The 2 heat races and all the practice and everything like that in the 20 main event, it definitely takes a toll on the body for sure.
There's potential for 50 years from youngest to oldest driver out here today.
I had heard about the race a couple months ago from some friends and got a ride with a gentleman who has a car here.
I've always been a race enthusiast.
I love racing go-karts, especially in Colorado.
This is what racing's all about. The Tag Masters class. Just a bunch of great guys getting together for some fun and no holds barred racing. While these guys mostly race for recreation, they're highly skilled and competitive. This class has a larger group of racers, all over 30. And everyone in this class knows that Monday means back to work. So they're leaving it all out on the track here on Sunday.
Tom Dennon's in the second spot there on row 1. Then we got Brian Robson and Mark Kravanek on row 2. Inside of row 3, coming down from Wyoming, Jason Benoit, 5, Stephanie Stone next to Mike Urban. Row 6, Lori Hinton next to Louis Velasquez. They're coming around to that parade of the punch cones. Rick Samuel, here they go. It's green. We're going through turn 1. Jason Benoit right on Brian Robson's bumper. Around the sweeper onto the backstretch. Crow and Denon, 1-2 coming through. So Rodney up to the 5th spot, putting on a good show of 4th, 5th, and 6th. John Crow and Tom Denon going down the Pepsi Center straight into that Red Bull right-hander. Rodney Ebersol hanging out there. Mark Kravanek, Gunnar DeSante putting on a good show there. John Crow definitely making big gains around the Red Bull start-finish. Rodney Ebersol doing the shoulder nod, seeing how far back they are. Louis Velasquez right behind Lori, trying to make that pass. There's Matt, halfway flags, rounding out the Hanley Motorsports Tag Masters here at Racing the Rockies Pepsi Center, race number 3. So Louis Velasquez has gotten a lot closer now to Stephanie Stone. John Crow still your leader. 8 to go. Tom Denon second. Mark Kravanek's up to 3rd now. John Crow, California, huge lead over the second place Tom Denon. Obviously in the Masters class, 35 and older, a lot of these guys in their 40s and 50s. Tom Denon, the second place card. John Crow again from California doing a great job here. Here we go, checkers out, John Crow. Tag Masters in the books here at Pepsi Center.
You made it look easy. Was it easy?
No, the car's set up really well right now, so I had it set up to get a pretty good jump and run some quick lap times early and try to build a gap and then maintain it. And it worked out this time, but you never know. It's a gamble.
That's one thing about Racing the Rockies. 4 different races, 4 different tracks, 4 different challenges.
My motor package is a 125 spec Honda. It's a 6-speed transmission. Braking is very important. Before we go out, we'll set up the brake bias. I'm using MG Yellows. They're a softer compound tire. It looks like a fun track. I can't wait to get out there.
Finishing up with the last race of the day, the Spec Moto class is getting ready to grid. These karts are fast and full of excitement. This is top-level racing at its best, and these karts are tuned to the max and dialed in for speed.
We're just about getting ready for our final race this afternoon. Racing the Rockies downtown Pepsi Center. Brought to you by Performance 1, Track Centennial, Red Bull. Final round is fired up, getting ready to go now. And all these shifter cars are going to be doing a Formula One style standing start. Once they're lined up in the popper boxes, he turns it over to Matt, the head flagger. He raises his left hand in the air. Once he gets to the top, it's 0 to 5 seconds before they rocket out of there and underway. Making sure face shields are down. He's there, turns it over to Matt. Matt's there, hand going up, getting ready. They're floored, 0 to 5, and we're green. Coming through the Red Bull final turn, right-hander onto the straightaway. Full speed down, Jack Bradley got the jump. Mark Elliott, Jack Bradley, Jeff Field, top 3 spec shifters. Down the back straight, Mark Elliott, Jack Bradley, Jeff Field, top 3 spec shifters. Final race here today, Racing the Rockies, number 3, downtown Pepsi Center. All right, Jeff Field right on back, right on Jack Bradley's bumper again. When you get into this tight section where it's heavy braking, hard shifting, those Moto motors, Honda 1999 kit motor, they're so torquey. You step on that gas hard, it's like a bucket Bronco. Jeff Field coming in close to Jack Bradley, goes in, takes the turn onto the main straight, makes it happen. Now we got Jeff Field in second, Corey Milne third, Jack Bradley fourth. This is kart racing. All right, Austin Schimmel coming through the hairpin right now. Almost a double pass. No, and a slight spin out. Mark Elliott, your race leader still. Jeff Field, Jack Bradley closing the gap on Jeff Field. Mark coming down the back straight. Jeff Field getting a little bit more of a head there of Jack Bradley. Coming around, checkered flags, Mark Elliott. That's how it's done, Pepsi Center style, Racing the Rockies, downtown Denver.
Tell us about how you beat the rest of this class 3 times today.
Honestly, we put together an amazing cart. You know, my mechanic Tom and I, we spent hours upon hours in our shop for the past 4 months putting together an awesome cart.
That's right. Well, you bet we'll be back here next year. This was a rocking event. Until next year, everybody have a good time. Keep the rubber side down and just smoke the tires.
At the end of the day, when the smoke's cleared and all the equipment's packed up, the race suits come off and everyone's huddled back with their families. In the world of kart racing, family is at the core of it all. From kid karts to pro-level shifter karts, family really is the glue for each of these teams. You'll see them out there playing the role of mechanic, coach, or tuner to the drivers. And if nothing else, the families are always there to give support and encouragement to the sport, their teams, and of course the drivers. That's why at the end of the day, it's the family that makes it a team. That's true for the whole kart racing community. All the racers this weekend are winners. They all walk away with their heads held high, knowing they get to drive, compete, and share in a sport that many only dream of. To find out about a free family karting session at a track near you and more on how to get involved in the kart racing community, visit us at www.incountrytelevision.com.